Hi everybody, welcome back to my channel, or welcome if you have not visited before. My name's Philippa. I'm a married mum of 2 boys living in Devon and working in Cornwall, and we are saving up for our family dream of moving to the other side of the world, to New Zealand. Join me along on this budgeting journey. We talk about savings, family, budgets, all things money, really. I'll just pop that light on. Actually, it's quite dull today. I wonder how everyone's finding the weather. It's really bizarre at the moment. It's currently raining slightly outside, but it is scorching hot. Very, very muggy at the moment. But it's been lovely to have some beautiful sunshine. So the plan for this video is to check in for the end of June, week 3, and to set up for week 4. And to reallocate a little bit of money that has been left in my purse. Not as much as I was hoping for, but anywho. Okay, so let's just review the week. So we had, we start on a Sunday, so we run Sunday to Saturday. So we had grocery shopping. Household was, I think, some toothpaste and something else I can't remember. So a few bits that we needed. Some of my cash and, oh, sorry, it's early in the morning, some fuel. And then come to Monday, and my son had his final tutor session, and I bought her a bottle of Prosecco, and I just got a couple of bits in Co-op, and I did pay digitally just because I don't think I had my purse on me, so I think I had to use my phone. Then later that evening I had to pop back out, and I did have my cash with me, and I bought a couple of drinks for my husband and I. Tuesday's my long day at work, so most of the time will be a no spend day. Wednesday I was a bit cheeky and spent again digitally. I prefer to pay in cash if I can, but the shop that our local Co-op basically is, we call it the queue up because you're always queuing, and obviously the self-service is much quicker if you can use digital. So that's the reason there. And that was just for some snacks for our Beaver Scouts bike ride. Sorry, I can't stop yawning. Thursday, so in my job role I manage a small team, and most of them are based up in Weston-super-Mare, so I went up to visit them for the day to spend some time with them, which it was a beautiful day, 32 degrees, absolutely stunning, roasting hot in the clinic rooms, but I did pop to the beach, Weston-super-Mare beach, on my lunch break, and I got a little ice cream, and obviously had to pay for parking for that. So that was a long day. Then on Friday I had work in the morning, and then my children's school do a mini triathlon run by the PTFA, and it's fantastic every year. It's really fantastic, and the kids get to do, so like Key Stage 1 do either a scoot and run with their scooter, and then they do a fun run, or my youngest son does a bike and run. So he does a little lap of the course on his bike and then does the fun run. And then years, like Key Stage 2, do the swimming, cycling, running. And you can do it as a team event, you can do it individually. But it's really fun, it's good fun. And they had a little barbecue there, so we got a couple of burgers, and then they opened the school pool afterwards for children just to go and play, and that's £1 a child. So spent £11.50 on that day. I also paid for one of my friend's kids because she didn't have any cash on her. Now we also signed up for a month's trial of Now TV. My husband is big into rugby, and the Lions games were starting on Friday, and they're not on any we've just cancelled our Sky, but anyway, we weren't going to sign up to Sky Sports for it because of the cost. So he's got a month access to Now TV, which is streaming all the matches. Sorry, I can't stop yawning. I should have waited to record this. So that was £20 unexpected spend. I got a travel expense back from work for when I went up for my awards ceremony. I got a little bit of travel money back, so that was nice. And then yesterday, I did have to pop into our local town just to get a few bits. So deodorant, shower gel, all of those kind of things. Now this actually came out, I had a one for all voucher kind of gift card which had £10 on it, so I managed to use that for this. Groceries, I just used 89p for a little pack of biscuits, and then I got a drink in the local little cafe when we took the boys to the park, and then parking was £3.20. So there we are for the week. So then I kind of summarise everything. So groceries, fuel, personal spending, box meals, unexpected spends. Oh, I'll come on to the other one here. And then digital spends, which I don't normally do because I'm normally quite good about it. And then my Vinted balance currently is £46. So the other things that happened this week is, so I am the leader of my Beaver Scout group locally, and we are going on a trip next week. And the way that they ask to pay for this trip is basically using your card online, which the accounts facility doesn't have. So I've paid with my card, which is £140, and then they get the invoice and they reimburse me the £140 by bank transfer. Hence the 140 on here. But everything else basically is fine. So tutor was £20 as expected, box meals £42.98. So I'm probably going to have to up that to £45 from next month per week. Then the unexpected spend, so that was the TV, parking yesterday, the Scouts, and that was parking on Thursday, which I forgot to add to this one. And then digital spending. So it came to, it's quite a spendy week, £243.73. But I do have some change. I've got a £5 note to roll over, and I've also got £5.50 in change for my change jar. So groceries came to a total of £108.35. Somewhere here I'm missing like £1.20 or something. I'm not quite sure where that went. Maybe I gave it to one of my kids. I don't know. So fuel was £20. Personal spending was £40. And then we did do a bit of spending out on the envelopes, so household, as we've discussed, and then clothing. My eldest had a real growth spurt recently, and he needed some new flip-flops, so we popped into our local town and bought those. But it was really nice to have the money already there, and not have to worry about it coming out of the bank account. So yeah, that was really good. So that came to £168.35. Leaving me at the end of the week with £307.21, so £180 cash, which we'll stuff in a moment, and digitally about £127, and my actual digital is £126.58, so pretty close. So I'm quite happy with that. I forgot to mention we got our child benefit through on Monday. What we like to do is allocate this to the boys' funds, but that I kind of save it for the end of the month, and I might do something with it next month, but next week. So it's whether we put it into their future. I can't decide yet whether I should actually use it for like boosting up the emergency fund whilst we've got that money, and then allocate more in the future. I can't really decide. I don't know what the right thing is to do. But anyway, coming into week 4, just a quick overview. So money coming over from week 3, plus should get that £140 back from Scouts. And then the only thing we've got this week is box meals. We've got no other bills or anything due to come out. Groceries as normal, fuel and personal spending. So in theory, from the budgeted, we should have about £36 left over. I think it might be a little bit more, but it does depend on what I do here, and how we reallocate it. But yeah, let's see next week. We'll stay tuned. Lovely. So that's the end of week 3. So let's come to my purse and see what we've got left. So we've got a £5 note from groceries. And we do have a bit of change. So we've got 1, 2, 3 £3 coins, and those will get reallocated with the £5. And then we've got 1, 2. Now this is, I don't know if you can see that on the camera. It's one of the Paddington Bear 50p's. Someone said that they were actually valuable, but I don't know. I never really understand how a 50p can be more valuable than 50p. But anyway, so 2, 20, 40, 50, 60, 70, 5. Oh, there's more than there was. And I must not have fished it all out yesterday. Right, well, I'll update that on there. Anyway, so all of our change that isn't a pound coin, so we'll put that to one side for the minute, goes into the fishy tin. This 1p savings challenge. I just downloaded it off the internet. It was a free download and I laminated it myself. So let's see, we've got 1, 2, 40, 50, 60, 75. So we've got 275. Let's grab a pen. 275. There it is. Lovely. And what I will do at the end of next week, at the end of the month, I'll tot it all up again and sort of work back from here. I'm trying to get the higher ones off, but it is feeling pretty heavy at the moment. Lovely. So that's that. And then we want to reallocate these funds. So these are the ones that I'm kind of using at the moment to put the money into. But what I am going to do is take off rainy day. And what was I going to do? I've forgotten now. What was 2 going to become? Oh, Philippa. Emergency family fun, school, clubs. Oh, I'm going to have to look through my folders. Let's hope we don't roll a 2, eh? Right, let's grab a dice. See where this £8 is going. 3, family fun. Lovely. So after the fair last weekend, it's not bad. It does need topping up a bit. So we've got £5 in there, and we're putting £8 in. Five, 6, 7, 8. I had to borrow, I had to steal my son's little multicolour pen. I can't find mine. I think it's in my work bag. What's the date today? The 20... I'm just looking at the calendar. 22nd. So it's early on Sunday. Cash stuff, £8 plus £13. Lovely. So that's boosting that back up again. Okay. Right. So the only thing that's left to do is stuff the purse for next week. So we've got a week 4 envelope. And we've got 20, 40, 60, 80, 1, 20, 40, 60, 80. And we do 120 for groceries, so 20, 40, 60, 80, 1, 20 groceries. £20 for fuel, £20 for my personal, and £20 for Sean's personal. So pop it in the purse. So I hope everyone has a fabulous week. I'm really hopeful that the weather is staying with us. It's actually my birthday next weekend, so it would be lovely to have a nice sunny birthday. And it is Armed Forces Day in Plymouth, which is near where we live. And it would be quite nice to go up and spend the day up on the Hoe. The boys really enjoy it. We went a couple of years ago and they dressed up in their little army gear, which was adorable. adorable. So at the moment, Sean's asked me to sort of save his cash away for him, so I'm just popping it in the front there. Yeah, so it'd be quite nice to go and do that, and then go and have some lunch or something. And then in the evening, we are going to my friend's house for a games night that we have regularly. So the adults have nibbles and games, play silly games like, you know, charades, and I think we're hoping to do a murder mystery this week. And the kids all play together, and normally they make films, or my eldest wrote a script for a film and they were practicing it. It was adorable. Anyway, that's the plan for the week. So I hope you all have a fantastic week. Let's keep our fingers crossed that this beautiful weather stays, but do wear sunscreen because it is hot out there. Lovely. All right, have a great week, everybody, and it would be lovely to see you on my next video. Oh, I keep forgetting, it would be great if you wanted to subscribe and follow me along on this savings journey. Equally, if you've watched the video and you enjoyed it, please do pop just tick a like, and I'd love to hear from you. You know, where you're from, what's got you into budgeting if you're doing it yourself. Fabulous. All right, have a great week, everyone. Bye.